Hello guys and welcome to a completely new series today and a new game. This is Rome Total War, and the reason I'm playing this I'm sure you can work out for yourselves, but I'll tell you anyway. It's because I will be playing this up to the release of Rome 2 Total War, which I am so looking forward to and have already pre-ordered. I have never done Total War on YouTube before, so it'll be completely new for me. And hopefully you guys are happy about me jumping into the world of Total War. What I plan on doing is playing the Britons from Rome Total War all the way through to Empire Total War before Rome 2 comes out. Now, I can't promise that I'll complete it all, but I'll get as far as I can and at least finish the Rome Total War campaign. So, like I said, going to be playing the Britons, no questions asked. And we're going to be playing on the hard difficulty. Now, you're probably wondering why the hard difficulty and not very hard. I've completed Shogun 2 Total War on very hard, and that was only with a bit of luck at the beginning. But to be honest, in Rome Total War, the bonuses are too much. Very hard gives units in battle +7 morale over your own forces. That's the enemy forces. Hard difficulty gives them only +4, so it's easier to deal with. However, +7 is just crazy, and honestly, it's completely unfair. So I don't want to be messing around with that. So we're going to stick with hard difficulty. Makes it a bit more tactical, allows me to just have these big old clashes with the enemy straight on without having to worry too much about AI imbalance. So that's enough talking. Let's get on with the campaign.
Before my grandfather's grandfather was born, this was our land. These are good places. Our gods live here, in the trees and rivers. They watch over us. We are happy. We hunt. We love. We have families, homes, a good life. But sometimes we must fight. The Romans disturb the gods. They burn the forests. They take what is ours, wives, children, land. And the Romans talk of how they will help us and protect us. They put us to sleep with golden promises. When we wake, all we had is gone, stolen. They take our sons and turn them into little Romans. Ha! So we fight to keep what is ours. What must stay ours. There can be no peace. No peace with Romans, men of stone and iron and lies. There can be only war.
So here we are on the campaign map. And well, let's get started straight away. Now, one thing I did want to mention before I get started is if you guys don't particularly like this, please let me know in the comments. However, if you do, also let me know in the comments so I shall continue the campaign. Now what I'm going to do to begin with is first of all speed up everything, and I'm going to move all of these units in the north here to go help take Dublin, or what is called Tara, at this time. I'm going to send the fleet round to Wales to go pick up that army, and then I'm going to start building some units in Londinium. Now, for construction, I'm just going to quickly whip out the auto-manage for public order and population growth and income. It controls that very well, so I'm just going to leave that to do that. Not do too much micromanagement on the old settlements. I'm just going to leave the recruitment and construction to me, but it's a lot easier to just let the AI sort out and auto manage the settlements. It's the best way to get money out of the settlements. I think that's all of them done there. Right, start roads on every single one. This increases the income by a ton. We're also going to whip out the land clearance because that's another good source of income. And furthermore, in the capital, I'm also going to build a shrine to Andrasta so we can get the Woad Warriors. And I'm also going to get land clearance in Samarobrivia. Okie dokie. Right. So, there is a settlement up here somewhere that starts as a rebel faction. And there's obviously all the Gauls here and all the Germans here. So I'm going to go and get map information from the Germans to begin with. And then we'll head over to the Gauls to see what they're doing. Now, probably a good idea before I make these land clearance and temples actually is to construct a port after finishing the roads, because then I can get more ships in case any rebel navies pop up and stop me from doing anything for a while, which can be quite annoying. So, I think that's about it for this turn. Let's just garrison them for now and end the turn. That was quick enough. Get the boat round to Wales. I believe all of the roads have finished and I'll be building land clearance from now on. We lost quite a lot of money from that, but as you can see we're making just as much back, so it's not that much of a big deal. I'm going to be wanting to make some practice ranges soon enough so I can get these slingers as well. As you can see, what I was talking about with the rebel navies, it looks like one's already beaten me to it, so I'm just going to have to pull my navy round to Londinium, unfortunately, and probably cancel my trip to Dublin for now. That's the only trouble with the AI on this game, is the pirates. My god. They are so powerful. Just went straight past. Oh, might be able to talk to this guy in this turn. Nope. Looks like we're waiting till next turn, when all of our ports and land clearance finish. Now, I'm quite adept at playing Rome Total War. I really do enjoy it, so I do know what I'm doing. I'm going to just quickly whip that over there while I can, and I believe the city is literally here. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to only be able to use one battering ram, but that should be enough to just overrun the settlement. We've got the Greek cities attacking Carthage, but it looks like I'm going to take some of these over in boats now. So let's build some boats and finish off the temples, get some Woad Warriors out. They're incredibly good shock troops. Then we can do the land clearance on Londinium as well. You can see that already I'm making a huge improvement to my income just by building a few things here and there. Up north, I'm probably going to create a happiness shrine to Britannia, and then in Wales, where there's actually gold mines, I'm going to create one that increases tradable goods. That's an incredibly useful one for just maximizing the profits you can get off trade, and then after that I'll build the mines. So now I've just talked to the Germanians and I'm going to offer them map information, and they want trade rights as well, so that's fair enough. Okie dokie, that's fine by me. Looks like we're being attacked by the rebels, so we're going to go jump into our first battle of Rome Total War. And here we are on the battlefield. So, looks like we actually have a nice hill behind us up here. I'm going to actually sit on this. Considering they're attacking me, I can take a complete advantage of this hill, which is going to be incredibly useful. So let's just whack out the troops, get the slingers out in front, and space them out. They don't want to go into loose formation for some reason. I think it's because they're not in the... Yeah, there we go. Stupid Rome Total War. Still some bugs in this game. Like, I've got the 1.5 patch. I installed it recently, and still like little things that I think they could have done better in Rome Total War. Obviously, it's really old now, so they're obviously not going to do anything, but still. All my slingers in front and the warband behind. Not a big deal. But we'll make them walk up to me.
They have brought even more men. No matter, we will count the dead later.
Now, if there's a Rome, or if there's a general, sorry, then what I'll do is I'll just send my chariots, my general, to just go and deal with it, because scythe chariots, which the general units have, are incredibly useful against cavalry. You can see they have these scythes on the edge of the wheels, which deal tons of damage. Now, I love the chariots in this game. They're so powerful. But I'm just going to speed this up because they're having a little wander. And soon enough we shall clash with our, I don't know roughly how much that is, probably about 1,000 men versus their warband and druids. Taking their sweet time. Soon be in range of my slingers. Here we go. Whatcha! Throwing stones at them. Looks like we've got a few good hits there. Not sure exactly how much to start with. I think it's 241, just like mine. I have got the huge units on this battle, so we'll go with that. I'm actually going to use the slingers to attack the druids, because the druids can be extremely effective. Much easier to kill. So, warband charging through. Okie dokie then. Their special ability absolutely owned my special ability, which, yeah, just made my entire army rout. And that's the beauty of AI with +4 morale. Gonna have to just run the general into them and finish this one up before all my men die. Now that's why druids are OP. Their special ability is pretty damn crazy. If I can just rampage through his general, then I should be good to go. It looks like a lot of my chariots got annihilated there.
Any warlord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would.
There we go. Dead general.
Enemy are
Easy.
now.
Should have done that straight away, really. But unfortunately, I've just let all my warband run away. Oh well, we'll finish off the rest of these guys, get the druids out of there so I don't run over my own men. And hopefully my warband will decide to rejoin me for the rest of the battle. There we go, they're deciding to come back, thank God. Otherwise I'd have to defeat the reinforcing army as well. It's not such a big deal that I lost a lot of warband there. To be honest, it wasn't that many. My general can just retrain and such, so it's not a big deal. But that's what the +4 morale does. For them, my druids did nothing, whereas for me, their druids just annihilated me, which is just not cool. Their little singing, chanting at the enemies. Looks like this warband's very interested in my general, so I'm not going to try and get him caught out there. They're going to continue to sing. Looks like one of my warbands actually got away. Get the slingers to run into range of these guys before we finish them off. Oh dear, running my chariots into my own men again. Stop them chanting and get them down the hill. And what I'll do is I'll charge my general into the back of the units once I have engaged them. Come on, rebels. Turn round. You're just taking constant slinger shots in the back now. Look how many dead bodies there are. Okay, finally they turned around. Okay, I'm going to get these druids up behind. I'm going to stop the slingers from shooting. I'm actually going to just tell them to attack. And then I'm just going to chant at the enemy. There we go. And I'm going to charge straight into the back of these warband. Incoming chariots! Man, I love this game.
This is no longer a battle, this is a hunt.
Oh man. As soon as I hit the back of them, they just ran. And I'm going to end that battle there so that we can jump straight into our little new town. And because Tara likes to rebel quite often, once I take it I will probably enslave the population. So let's just finish this off here. I'm not going to bother going into battle for this one with 141 men, which is going to auto-resolve that. And that's job done. I'm going to enslave them, boost the economy nicely, and sends a lot of people to other settlements as well, which is nice for boosting the income of those particular cities as well. So it looks like we've got some more boats there. Now while I can, I'm actually going to jump straight back out of Tara and on the boat and back across before the rebel navy actually turns up at my door and stops me from doing so. So I can repair that, recruit them, and build the roads and land clearance for Tara. I'm going to move on to building palisades for Deva and Abarakam. And then we will focus on what we're going to do next in terms of attacking Gaul or Germania. So I managed to get map information from Germania, so I'm going to move over to Gaul now. So we've got a general coming of age. That's very, very nice. And we're going to actually build some woad warriors while we have the chance. And they are very, very useful. So you can see the pirates are right on my doorstep already, actually. Not very nice. Okie dokie, let's get this guy back to Londinium so we can reinforce all of these troops. Retraining complete in Tara. Looks like I got a baby. Samaro Briva, sorry, has finally decided to grow. And before we make the building that grows the sound, I'm actually going to build a shrine to Andrasta to get the woad warriors to be able to build in Samaro Briva. And then I'm going to build the warriors hold, which will increase the size of the settlement. So we actually made profit this turn.
Orders?
Okie dokie. Well, looks like Gaul beat me to it and offered me trade rights and map information first. So I now know exactly where they are. You can see unfortunately the rebel navy actually caught out my ships there. Now fortunately they fled towards my own port, so I'm going to be able to fix them next turn, which will be good, useful. And we can get the men, along with my new son, into the ship and straight across. Very, very useful. We'll get this general down to Londinium to sort things out there. I'm going to make a meeting hall because meeting halls allow me to make swordsmen, and swordsmen are incredibly powerful. See, actually 2 rebel armies have popped up over here. I might actually try and bribe one of them. It doesn't look like I have enough gold to bribe a general, so I'm just going to go and scout the diplomat, see how many troops they have in their capital at Gaul, and I'll probably send the spy over to this settlement here.
Yes, Captain.
Okie dokie. Looks like we're good to the end of the turn. I'll just check that we've got everything being made that I want to. Build the markets, they're always useful. Yep, looks like we're good to go. Next turn.
Orders? Awaiting your command. Yes, my lord.
So you can see here that they actually have quite a lot in their capital, but it'd be good to pick this up because it does have a warlord's hold and a lot of the standard military buildings in it, which is really useful for making good early game armies for the British.
Yes.
We're gonna pick up our men here, and I believe we can probably attack these rebel armies, but I'm actually going to wait a second and get some more reinforcements before doing so, because if I attack them straight away, then I'm probably going to lose more than I have to. Whereas if I can overwhelm the enemy, then I will easily be able to win without losing too many men, because with the tribes in Rome Total War, a lot of morale is based upon whether friendly units are routing or not. So if I had a battle and there was 3 units and 1 routed, then the other 2 would likely rout. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. I'm actually going to bribe this army because I can, and that should help me out. Now, I don't really want the army, so that's just going to disband it, but it will help me when I'm going to attack Gaul, which is my next intended target. And considering I have a lot of spare cash at the moment, probably one of the best things to use it on. Now I'm going to have to make a muster field in these 2 places so they can help me make armies should I need them, but it looks like this should be easy enough with the army that I'm building up in Samaro Briva. And also, once all of these units have been replenished, I shall also be able to use them to cross the channel and help me with Gaul. And this particular army is actually going to go and attack this particular settlement. And all of the men in this particular area are going to go and attack the capital. Now, I'm not sure where those rebel armies went. I should probably make a couple of watchtowers around here, just so I can see what's going on. But for now, looks like we're all good. And we're going to jump out the units and send them straight towards Gaul. Now if I get there and have more than I expected, then I am likely going to hire those mercenaries that you just saw. Get some communal farming going. I think it's nearly finished in land clearance, is nearly finished in Londinium, so that should give us a little bit of extra cash. But we got some groovy income at the moment, so not too much to worry about. As long as Germany isn't allied with Gaul, then we should be all good.
Yes. Attack. Besieging settlement.
It looks like he's actually left the settlement as I attacked it, so that's very, very good. But it also looks like he's sending reinforcements to Condate Redonum. So I might have to wait in Samobriva and build some more troops to help me out there. Which is likely just going to be a couple of warband. Woad Warriors, although they are extremely good shock troops, they aren't great, particularly at constant fighting. You have to pull them back through some warband or something and then let your warband continue the fight, because they have insanely bad defense. That's the Woad Warriors. Okie dokie, well, we shall end the turn here, I believe. Actually, let's just add a few things to the queues. We shall also make a Sacred Grove of Andrasta, just so we can get the head hurlers. Head hurlers are incredibly powerful. It looks like we've actually been attacked by Gaul, by their settlement, which works for me because I get the defensive advantage here. And my 1,742 men versus their 724 and 579. Let's go and fight this on the battle map. Okie dokie, let's sort out the troops. Going to mass them up. And dependent on how many troops are actually in front of me straight away, I might move forwards. Actually, let's look for a hill. It's quite a hilly area actually. I might move them up over here towards the edge of the map. This will probably do nicely. That's a nice defensive position up here. I can sit the slingers in front. I'm going to use the chariots to skirmish, so they're going to stay over there. Keep the peasants on the flank. And what's this over here? We got the Woad warriors. And what I'll do with the Woad warriors is I will actually keep them towards the front of the warband, and as the enemy come up, I will charge them down straight into them, and then the warband can join them afterwards. And I'm also going to keep my general on the flank as well, because the British generals on their chariots are incredibly powerful.
The feeble enemy have more men. Ha! These are more heads for our warriors to collect in triumph.
So you can see here I'm using the chariots to skirmish with these warband while they run towards me. Should whittle them down and help me out. So we're just going to speed it up. Now if they get to my lines before the reinforcements arrive, then I'm just going to charge straight into them, try and break them and kill this general before anyone else can help out. You can see here I've taken out quite a lot of these warband on the left side here. They are still advancing towards my men. Now, I don't particularly want my chariots to flee any further into my own lines because it will break the formations, so I'm actually going to move these manually here over to the left. Also don't want these guys to get caught out, so I'm going to move them. Okie dokie. Well, looks like they've come up far enough. I'm going to start moving my warband down the hill along with the Woad warriors, which are actually going to charge straight into the side of the warband here. Should cause him to turn to face me. If he doesn't, then he's going to be very, very, very dead. Just got hit in the back of the head there by a slinger. And that one charge by Woad warriors actually caused the warband to rout. Okie dokie, looks like we've broken another lot there, and their entire army is routing.
Like frightened goats, hunt them down and slay them all.
So I'm going to leave this to the chariots to mop up. In the meantime, my Woad warriors will just wander back up the hill and finish their job. And then we'll wait for the second army to arrive. It's a lot of death.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way. You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show
too
fear.
right.
Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
You can see the enemy general is arriving. It's actually a barbarian warlord unit. They just seem to be ignoring all of my archers. Oh, here comes the enemy warlord straight for the charge. Gotta love the Rome Total War AI. And we're just going to smother him completely. Let's bring these guys around the back. And then he should have a very swift death. Now actually one of my chariot units actually managed to get caught out. There we go. He's very much dead. My general is actually being attacked here. I don't want him to die just like the enemy general did, so we're going to tell him to run the hell away. Let the peasants do the work. There we go, we just routed him with peasants. Well, I guess I probably should have made it a little bit harder, but later on, the +4 morale will make a big difference. And we shall just end it here. I believe, actually, unless my other units of chariots get destroyed. Looks like we still have one unit here, so let's just charge everything at that one unit. It'll probably just run away in fright as soon as it sees everything coming. Here we go, huge swarm, and then battle. Job done.
The cries of dying enemies are sweet music to our warriors.
Clear victory. Beautiful. Easy done. And now we own the Gauls capital. Well, nearly. Looks like the Gauls are actually dealing with their own rebels there. So, just going to finish off this with a auto resolve. And job done. So, that's been episode 1 of my Rome Total War campaign with the Britons. And this is going to continue. I'm going to take over the entire world that is possible. And we're going to then move on to the next in the series, which it was Medieval 2 Total War. Unless you guys want to see me do Barbarian Invasion first. But guys, if you enjoyed this, please let me know. If you didn't, then I might not even continue it. But it was just an idea that I had and I wanted to go through with it. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.